Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Alright, so this is a new way we're going to try to get notes to you instead of you just outlining the textbook. So, you already talked about the war in Europe, how it started, the causes, how America's kind of just been watching from the sidelines, and throughout this talk, we're going to be seeing America still watching from the sidelines. So, just like in World War I, we have neutrality laws. Okay, these were passed in 1935 to restrict American business with nations at war. Okay, the idea is if we don't do business with those nations, we won't get drawn into another war. Okay, remember, we're very into isolationism right now. Okay, we don't want American citizens to be put in danger. We don't want to join another war that could hurt us. We're in the Great Depression. We have enough to deal with. U.S. journalists begin covering the war and stories, okay, that are happening in Europe, that are happening in Asia. And this is really going to make Americans, like in World War I, look at the war differently, okay, maybe even support the war, okay? And refugees from Europe are also going to be coming in by the boatload, okay? This is also going to affect how the Americans see the war. FDR persuades Congress to pass modify the neutrality laws so that Britain could buy weapons from us and carry them away on their own ships. Okay, you need to know cash and carry, important thing. We're going to be seeing a theme with this where FDR is constantly trying to help the British. He and Churchill in the UK were actually pretty good friends. So we're going to see FDR consistently going to try to help Britain. Okay, so at this point where we stopped the other day, France is now conquered. Okay, most of it is conquered by Nazi Germany. France falls, they surrender, they sign a peace treaty. Okay, France is split into two pieces. Okay, and as France collapsed, Roosevelt offered Britain a chance to shelter its navy in American ports. Okay, but the big thing about the fall of France is that it's going to shock Congress. Congress is going to say, oh crap, they're coming for us. What if they attack us? And so we start increasing our spending on defense. At this point in Europe, Britain's alone. Everyone else has fallen. Britain, thank God for the Channel, is just clinging on, okay? They're able to avoid a Nazi invasion, but they're getting bombed constantly, okay? France signs that separate peace treaty. 400 captured German airmen are released, okay? And now they're going to be used to bomb Britain. And as they're bombing Britain, okay, they're going to destroy most of London, okay? But they're never going to get a foothold in the UK. The Germans will never set a foot in England, okay? And because all this is going on, Roosevelt says, hey, we will trade you 50 destroyers. In return, you'll give us a 99-year lease. Basically, we're renting bases in the Caribbean and Canada, which we already had. Another way to help, okay? In 1940, Congress approved the first peacetime draft in America, okay? The draftees who were 21 or older were chosen by lottery and asked to serve for 1 year. Okay, this is to protect America, get us ready, kind of beef us up just in case. The draft was extended in 1941. Okay, it's going to keep those people in the service. National Guard was also called to train with the U.S. Army, okay? They're going to kind of see war on the horizon. The United States knows this is coming. Okay, the Lend-Lease Act, which is, and you can see this in the book, going undercover to help the British by giving them supplies, materials. Okay, we'll lease those bases and we'll give you the ships. Russia is eventually invaded by the Nazis. Okay, you remember from world history, Germany marches into Russia, which was a big mistake because now they're on a two-front war, just like the First World War. Okay, about 8 out of every 10 German soldiers were killed. Hitler overestimated the Nazis' power and the war machine, and the Russians beat them back brutally. And so what we see, just like World War I, there's a lot of parallels we can draw. America's going to get drawn into the war, just as Russia is beginning to wake up and fight. And finally, we get to December 7th, 1941, a day that will live in infamy forever. The Americans threatened to cut off Japanese oil. Okay, because Japan was invading and conquering large areas in Asia. Okay, then Japan launches a surprise attack on Pearl Harbor in Hawaii. Civilians, air bases, and a majority of the U.S. fleet, the boats, are destroyed.